Hello, my name is Nicole Cole. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a wreath. I've got one hanging right here behind me. So what I did is I took a styrofoam wreath. You can see my sticker on it. I cut it in half. I wrapped this one in burlap, but I don't think I'm gonna do that for this one because it was really hard to get my flowers in. So cut your wreath in half. We will need some jute. You'll need a few flowers and some ribbon. I'm gonna get my camera adjusted and we'll get started. So these are called, I believe they're called like half moon wreaths, I can't remember. So what I did is I took a piece of the jute and I cut it long enough to have the long streamer that's on top, the way the wreath is hanging. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna glue it on the side. Just like that. And you need to hold it there for just a little bit to get it to stay. And then you cut a smaller piece of jute and you wrap that around that, okay? So let's get started with that. And what this is basically doing is holding the jute rope on there for the wreath hanger. I just did that to secure it more. So you just keep going around until you get it to the top. So you can see I put glue on the very end and I'm gonna try to cover that up as best I can. Just take your jute. And if you run out of jute, it's not a problem. You can just cut another piece and just fit it in there. And it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do as well. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece. Put me a little more glue on there and fill that in. Not the prettiest job, but you get the idea. So that's to do your hanger, okay? All right, let me finish this up and we'll get started on the flowers. All right, I wanted to show y'all something. I noticed that I saw a little bit of my styrofoam wreath right here, and I wanted to show you how you could easily cover it up. It's not a big deal, so no stress. So I have a little extra of my jute, and I'm just gonna take my glue gun and fill it in. You'll never notice it. Well, get everything tied up here. You'll never notice it once we get it finished. May have to do 2 lines. I see some more right there. Or you could come back with moss and cover that up. So there it is. So what I did is I went a little further down with my jute. And that way I could put all my flowers in here and I won't see the green wreath. So anytime you've wrapped it and you see the green, you can always cut a little piece of jute and go back over that area. So get it straightened up here. And I want my flower, and I got these at Hobby Lobby. I was just in a hurry yesterday and just stopped by. So I have a little bit of the seeded eucalyptus and I have some kind of green flower and then the hydrangea. So I'm going to use that. Let's see. I'm going to cut this a little shorter. When you cut a long stem like that, you see how it's right above the bloom? If you'll go in and cut that little piece off right there, you will never notice that it's been cut because the greenery will cover it. So I'm just going to take a little dab of glue and stick that right down in there. This piece may not work because I've got the greenery, so I'll just pluck that off and I'll use it somewhere else. And I put the glue on it to kind of hold it a little bit better. I don't want it coming apart if you put it out in the weather or the wind, where if it blows, it won't mess it up. So I'm going to cut this stem further down. So these are real airy looking, and I liked that look of them. So I'm going to kind of spread them out. I may even, let's separate them. And that way I have control of where they go. So I'd like this one up in that area. And you just play with your arrangement to get it where you want. That's how I do it. So there's that. I think I want a piece of it over here. The other one that I made, I didn't do this, and I think I like this better. So I wanted a piece of that over here. Put a little glue on it and go into the styrofoam. I'm gonna put my flower in and see how full it is. Look at that. Y'all see that? It's really full. So I'm gonna drop the flower. So I'm gonna dab a little glue on the styrofoam wreath and then just push my flower down in there. Now I'm gonna put a bow on it, so I'm not really worried about this area. And if I do see the styrofoam wreath after I get it made, I can always go back with some of this some of this moss. This isn't Spanish moss, I can't remember what it's called. But you can put that on there to fill it in to give it that earthy look. I've got one more piece of the seeded eucalyptus. I think I want that. This styrofoam wreath is really, really hard to get things to go in. All right, so what I did is I already made a wreath, and this is kind of like those very simple bows that I showed y'all. And I'm gonna go back and do another bow video just to help y'all see. But this is a simple bow, and I'm gonna put that right here in this hole. And I've got a piece of jute on it, so it would be easy to tie onto the wreath. Same thing with this one, simple bow. I did do a few more loops, tied it with jute. I'm gonna go right in here. And I'll adjust it. Let's see, I may want to do this. I'm just tying it on there. That way it will allow me, if I want to do something different to this wreath later, I'll have the holes of my greenery and my flowers, but you can work with that. But y'all get the gist of it. So there's the look. I'm gonna adjust. So here's our completed wreath. It's really pretty. You can, like I said, you could go in and see those areas there. I'm going to cover that with moss, but it turned out really cute. And then you take the top part and come down as long as you want it, and then tie a knot right there. So I just thought that was an unusual wreath, and I thought it was really sweet. So you can see the one behind me. Let's see. The one behind me is already finished, and it's really, really sweet. So it's just a knot at the top, and then you've tied your jute around that. And I've added moss in this one, you can see that. But I thought it was a really cute project. Hope y'all enjoyed today. I've got, take those glasses off. I have got a super cool project next week for you guys. We're working on that now. So it's a big project, and I'm excited to show it to you all. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And y'all have a great day.